Okay, Ariel, where are we at the moment? Tell me.
We are standing in front of Refidim number 12 street in Tel Aviv. This is a shelter for battered women in Israel, which in Israel usually all the people that occupy this facility are not battered women.
Who runs this center? Which one? Which organization runs this one?
The organization which runs this facility is Naamat, and the social services ministry in Israel. And most of the women here are not really better.
Okay, let's talk about you. Okay, because your boy was stolen from you almost 2 months, 60 days nearly, isn't it?
60 days, yes.
Right. How are you feeling about the fact you haven't seen him for 60 days?
This is a tough question. I didn't saw AVRAHAM almost 60 days. I don't know what happened to him, if he's in this compound or in a compound for the children, if he's with her mother, and what happened to the mother, what happened to my son. I don't. The police don't give me any details. The court don't give me any details. The social workers won't.
Let's just take this step by step, because one of the things that people don't really understand is the remedies and how the process works here. So the mother of your son literally disappeared a couple of months ago. She's a very high-paid secretary, I understand, in the Jerusalem court.
Yes.
So she's not short of a few bob.
No,
yeah?
no. We are talking about 15,000 shekels, which is 3 times the average salary in Israel. She has a lot of. She don't know. Maybe she don't know really how to handle the money, but she's
That's
fine.
kind of her problem.
She's
So
fine.
I understand also. Tell me, she was losing a few cases because she wanted to move.
She lost
am I right?
all of them.
Right.
All her claims for full custody, for high alimony is violate the contract we had about shared custody, about shared equally shared time, equally shared expenses. We did it, almost equal.
Okay. So the first thing she did, because we've written about this, is she ran away to a settlement, and under great protection, when you went to find her, her protective friends had you put in prison. Okay,
Yes.
and at that point, I understand that she then signed herself into a shelter on the grounds that she was battered.
Yes, that's what really happened. It seems that all those settlements are occupied with Shabak and Mossad people, which I don't know where they came from. And on the entrance, you have guards which deny you your right to see your child in the entrance of the settlement.
So let's just talk for a second. She got into the shelter, okay? No checking, no inspection to see if she was bruised, battered.
Yes.
How does it work?
I actually had a telephone conversation with the chief of staff of the social workers for battered women and violence in Petah Tikva, and ask her how come this is happening when not a battered woman is sitting or being in this
When she's not battered.
when she's not battered. And she just said to me, we are not checking them. If a woman is coming and submit claims that she is frightened of something,
It's okay.
or yes, it's
So,
okay.
Ariel, there's a lot of fathers in Israel who lose their children like this. Their children just disappear to a different address. No one knows where they are.
I know not
Most fathers give up. Most fathers have no chance because the woman has free legal aid no matter what she earns. What's different about you? Why are you going to fight so hard?
I'm going to fight so hard because I'm more stubborn than the others. That's all. We are all the same. We are feeling all. This is actually outrageous because our feelings are no matter to the institution. They don't. We don't have rights. There is no human rights, especially for dads here in Israel. That means that not the police, not the social workers, not even the court is actually helping you when your wife, after she lost all the case and after all the process, is getting in this shelter.
Okay, so the state of Israel sponsors children being stolen.
Yes, it's actually kidnapping by the law, legally kidnapped children, while my son's liberty was taken against the verdict of the Judge Elianus, which actually saying shared custody and equally shared time.
So what do the days feel like for you right now, Ariel? Because
It's actually
60 days now since you had him at home.
I have no day and no night. It's like a continuous search and research for my son. I don't really know what happened to him, so it's just I'm continuing this quest to find him. While we still, until now, we don't have any details, except that in the 12th of August, after 45 days, the social worker has just noticed me that they are in a shelter. Why? Because I called her. She didn't call me. She didn't say
So
to me.
your rights to know where your child is disappeared the day she disappeared. That's basically how it works, yeah?
They actually avoiding me until I called her with a blocked from a blocked telephone number and talk with her, ask her what's the address of my son, where can I see my son. So she's telling me, as I know, she moved from her last known address to a shelter, which we don't know where.
So Ariel, couple of things, couple of last points. Number one, can you describe the emotions that you feel? Can you give me, have you cried at all?
No, you can't cry, you can't, you must block all your feelings, you must continue your quest. You don't have the time to feel the emotions, so you must be a father, you must be a dad. So you must continue your quest, you must do whatever needed to find him and help him and firstly know where he is and what's his situation now, because until now 60 days I don't know those details.
And the last thing I want to ask you is the funding, billions, millions of dollars are coming for subhuman, violent, evil Jewish fathers, of which there are more here than well, anywhere in the world really, and it's all coming in from abroad. What have you got to say to all the funders that are sending the money to kidnap your son?
Well, most of the claims that those donors, the nights and all the parades and all those parties that these women, these social workers are organizing to the donors are actually full of lies. No one in Israel, all the nerds in Israel, which are traveling with their laptops and doing high tech, no one is violent, no one is a drug addict, like they all say. All this propaganda is absolutely full of lies. No one is a drug addict, no one is a alcoholic. No one are violent. This is actually this is a propaganda of hating the man, hating the father.
So they're funding your destruction.
Yes,
every dollar pays for your destruction.
Yes. Actually, they are actually violating our human rights by every human rights that we know about. Actually, we don't have any human rights because these compounds, these shelters, actually eliminate all the verdicts, all the judicial process that I faced until now. It's almost 3 years. All this is gone.
I'll say this to you. Outside, say in England or Europe or America, they talk about gender discrimination, okay? Men against women.
Nothing
and people,
in
when they read these stories, they go, it's just men's rights. They're always just fussing around and they want a bit. It's actually more serious here because people are dying here, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, people are dying. They're committing suicide. They're on the street, park benches, and they've no work, they've no life. So
firstly, the numbers
try and explain how different it is to people, just in a few words. Why is it so different here from how people would see gender discrimination outside?
The thing in Israel is firstly the numbers. You can see by the numbers, because the child kidnapping is 10 times larger than any other country in the world. The men, the percentile of men lost or been discriminate are I think that we are talking about
in the stratosphere.
Yes.
1 in 72
yes,
men I hear are committing suicide who are going through divorce.
Yes.
So what are you going to do to fight for him? We want to know what are you going to do, because most dads don't know what to do. So what's your weapon of choice now to try and find Avraham and win?
The only tool we have is the continue of the quest, to find more details, to research, to
Can
understand.
You win? Can you win?
Yes, of course. When you are continuing doing this quest, when you are searching for your son day and night, I will find.
But you're facing a country of corruption and a sponsorship of this. So how are you going to break that?
Yes, actually, yesterday I received 2 letters. One from the Mandelblit Attorney General office, which said to me, if your son been kidnapped by one of the Supreme Court employees, you can go to the police. But the police is don't want to get to receive.
They told you to go to him, didn't they?
Yes, they told me to go to him, and they didn't want to receive any evidence. That's actually criminal activity in the police. So I submitted claims against the one that is taking the claims.
So tell me,
the ombudsman of the police.
One day, Avraham's going to see this. He's going to know. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what do you want to tell him?
I want to tell him that I love him so much. So all this quest is for him. It's not about men's rights. Although we are discriminate, the children are.
Tell Avraham what you want to tell Avraham.
I want to tell Avraham that I love him. I'm fighting for your rights. This is the right of the child to have to be with both of his parents, to live, not to be closed in taking his liberty in a place like this.
And you're not going to give up on him?
No, never.
Not a chance?
Never.
So he's going to know that one day, okay?
Yes, of course.
Good man. Okay. Here I am outside one of the women's shelters in Israel. There are about 15 of them for battered women. That doesn't mean to say that everyone who goes in is a battered woman. There is very little screening, and when a battered woman or non-battered woman goes in these centres, the state will pay this centre up to 14 or 15,000 shekel for the woman, and another 17,000 shekel if she has a child. This would actually pay for a fantastic holiday abroad for most people. Many women come in here just to avoid judgments that they're losing in the family courts in divorce matters or custody matters, and the benefits they get is a nice pack of goodies such as 10,000 shekel, free housing, free legal aid no matter how much they earn. And this is why we're here, because one of the fathers whose child was kidnapped about 60 days ago by a very affluent woman who works in the Jerusalem court, she actually ran to one of these kinds of centres to avail herself of all the free goodies and benefits she could get, with no comeback on her and full immunity, leaving the father in pieces with no way forward. This is happening to fathers all over the country when a woman just ups and goes, disappears and moves without having to tell the father, because she had the child, the fruit of her womb, and the father is worthless, meaningless and an animal. And because of this, millions of dollars are paid in by the states to these private institutions for what they believe is a country packed full of violent Jewish men.
Yeah. Very